People moving to Orlando always ask me about schools, traffic, and yes, crime. Now, I'm not here to sugarcoat it. Orlando is a big metro, and like every big metro, you're going to have some crime. Where you choose to live makes a huge difference. I've heard every excuse in the book. Oh, crime happens everywhere. You can't judge a whole area by statistics. It's all about luck. Well, after 3 decades of helping people find their perfect home, and unfortunately helping some move away after bad experiences, I'm here to tell you that luck has nothing to do with it. Location does. I'm Doug Packard from Real Living in Orlando, Florida, and today we're diving deep into something most realtors won't touch with a 10-foot pole. The actual Orlando area crime statistics that should influence where you buy your home. Because if you're spending your hard-earned money on the biggest investment of your life, you deserve the unvarnished truth. Here's the thing about Orlando nobody talks about. We're not just one big, happy metro area where everything is equally safe. The difference between choosing the right neighborhood and the wrong one isn't just a few percentage points. We're talking about fundamentally different ways of life. I've seen too many families make decisions based on incomplete information, and frankly, it breaks my heart. So let's look at the empirical data, because numbers don't have agendas, they don't get commissions, and they sure don't care about hurting anyone's feelings. Let's break it down with real numbers, no BS, just FBI and state data. Let's start with Orlando proper, the city that gives our whole metro area its name. According to the latest data, Orlando has a crime rate of 47 per 1,000 residents annually. Now, I know statistics can be boring, so let me put this in terms that matter to you as a homeowner and parent. If you live in Orlando proper, you have a 1 in 21 chance of becoming a victim of crime each year. That's not 1 in 21 over your lifetime. That's every single year. Think about your street. Count 21 houses. Statistically, one of those families will deal with a crime this year. All right, pausing the video here for a quick reality check. Planning to move to Orlando? Maybe the north side, like Seminole County, where the schools don't suck and you're not dodging tourists? I put together an ultimate relocation guide that cuts through the crap. Top employers, best hospitals, rock solid schools, all the stuff you'd expect to spend hours digging for. It's free, no catch, just click the link in the description or pinned comment. Want to talk? I'm your guy. No assistants, no team BS, just me. An Orlando area native with over 30 years in the local real estate market, giving you the real deal. Let's keep it simple. What about Orange County, home of the city of Orlando and a lot of Disney World? Lower than Orlando proper, but still over twice as high as Seminole County. Your chances in Orange County are 1 in 28 of becoming a crime victim. Here's where it gets really interesting and why I spend most of my time north of the city. Cross the county line into Seminole County, and that crime rate drops to 14.93 per 1,000 residents. Your odds just improved to 1 in 67. That's not a small difference, folks. We're talking about a 68% reduction in your risk of becoming a crime victim just by choosing the right side of an invisible county line. Now, let me break this down by crime type, because not all crimes are created equal. When we look at violent crime, the stuff that really keeps parents awake at night, Seminole County had a violent crime rate of 105 per 100,000 people. Compare that to Orange County, home of Orlando proper, sitting at almost 195. That's nearly double. Osceola County is at 137 and Lake County is at 121. In plain English, Seminole is consistently lower. So yes, Mickey Mouse lives in Orange County, and so do a lot more criminals, statistically speaking. And it's not just violent crime. When you look at property crime, things like car break-ins, theft, burglary, Seminole is again the lowest, about 800 per 100,000 people in 2023. Compare that to Orange County, where it's 1,411. That's 76% higher. Osceola and Lake also come in higher than Seminole. So whether it's serious violent crime or just somebody rifling through your glove box, Seminole's still the safer bet. Here's the question of the day. What's freaking you out most about moving to Orlando? Crappy schools, tourist overload, or something else? Drop it in the comments. I actually read them and might even roast your concern in the next video. Got questions? Comments are fine, but if you want the real no BS scoop, text, call, or email me. My info's on screen. I'll handle it myself. No passing you off to some assistant or team flunky. You get straight talk from a local who knows Orlando inside out. But let's talk about what these numbers mean in real life. Lower crime rates mean your homeowner's insurance is cheaper, your car insurance is lower, your property values are more stable and typically higher. Your kids can actually walk to school or ride their bikes in the neighborhood. You don't have to worry about packages being stolen off your front porch. You can go for evening walks without constantly looking over your shoulder. This isn't just about feeling safe. This is about your family's quality of life and your financial bottom line. And here's something most agents won't connect for you. There's a direct correlation between crime rates and school quality. It's not a coincidence that Seminole County has both lower crime rates and some of the best schools in the state. Safe communities attract families who prioritize education. Families who prioritize education get involved in their schools. Schools with involved parents and stable communities perform better. Better schools attract more quality families. It's a positive cycle that's been building in Seminole County for decades. Compare that to areas with higher crime rates, where schools struggle with resources, teacher retention, and student stability. I've seen too many families buy based solely on price, only to realize 2 years later that they're spending thousands on private school because local public schools just aren't cutting it. Let's talk about what this means for your investment. I've been tracking property values across the metro area for over 3 decades, and here's what the data shows. Homes in safer communities just hold their value better. They appreciate faster. When economic uncertainty hits, and it always does, which homes do you think hold their value? The ones in high crime areas or the ones where families feel safe? When people are choosing between neighborhoods, safety isn't negotiable. I've seen families in high crime areas struggle to sell their homes, even in good markets. The market speaks and it values safety. Plus, let's talk about the hidden costs of living in higher crime areas. Higher insurance premiums, security systems, replacing stolen items, potentially private school tuition. These costs add up to thousands of dollars annually. That cheaper house in a questionable area might actually cost you more in the long run. Pardon the interruption again. I've been helping people buy and sell homes in the Orlando area for over 30 years. And here's the deal. If you reach out, you'll be working directly with me. No assistants, no newly hired team members, no partner agents, no handoffs. I'm not some YouTube guy who vanishes once you hit the contact button. I work one-on-one with every client because that's how you actually get results. Whether you're moving next week or next year, call, text, or email me. My info's on the screen and in the description. Here's the bottom line. Your home isn't just an investment, it's the foundation of your family's life. You're not just buying square footage and granite countertops. You're buying a lifestyle, a community, and a peace of mind. The crime statistics I've shared today aren't scare tactics, they're facts. And these facts should absolutely influence one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. Check the description below for links to the specific crime data sources I've referenced. Do your own research. Compare the numbers. As a dad who's raised kids in these neighborhoods and a broker who's walked thousands of buyers through listings, crime isn't just a stat. It's about sleep, schools, and sanity. So when people ask me, where do I move if I don't want to worry about crime every day? My answer is simple. Start your search in Seminole County. Now don't get me wrong, Seminole isn't Mayberry. You still need to be smart, know your neighborhoods, and check the sheriff's crime map. But compared to the Orlando Metro, Seminole has lower crime, better schools, and a more family-friendly vibe. Think of it this way. Orange County is the theme park. Seminole is the backyard where you actually want to live after you've had enough churros and fireworks. You get all the perks of Orlando close by, but at the end of the day, you come home to tree-lined streets, safer neighborhoods, and neighbors who actually know your name. Want to see which neighborhoods fit you best? That's where I come in. If you contact me from these videos, you'll work directly with me, not an assistant or clueless team member. I'm Doug Packard, and this is Real Living in Orlando, Florida. Subscribe, and let's keep it real.